We'd like to update our viewers on a case that we have been following for quite some time now. It's the Justice for Haley/Joey T. Fondaco murder case and his drug charge case. For those of you unfamiliar with the story, in November of 2016, JMU freshman Haley Moore was brought to the Centera RMH Medical Center by a friend. She was unresponsive and later died from what medical examiners say was an opioid overdose. The friend had found Moore unresponsive at Joey Fondaco's off-campus housing apartment. At the time of her death, Fondaco was not a student at JMU and had dropped out sometime prior to meeting Moore. After executing a search warrant on Fondaco's apartment, investigators charged Fondaco with marijuana distribution and manufacturing of a controlled substance. What substance was found is still in question because the search warrant is sealed. Fondaco was released on bond for those charges. While out on bond, prosecutors took their murder case against him to a grand jury, and they returned an indictment for second-degree murder. Today, flanked by his attorney, David Martin, in this courthouse behind me, Joseph Fondaco entered a guilty plea. As part of the plea agreement, his charges were amended from second-degree murder to involuntary manslaughter. Fondaco was sentenced to 10 years in prison with 9.5 years suspended. On the charge of possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute, Fondaco entered a guilty plea. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison with all of it suspended. On the charge of possession of Xanax, he was sentenced to 5 years with all of that suspended as well. Now that leaves a sentence of 24 years hanging over his head shall he mess up while on probation. In a victim impact statement, looking directly at Fondaco, Julie Moore said, "You're giving a gift. You're getting a second chance. My daughter didn't get that. Haley would want me to forgive you. I can't do that right now, but I pray that one day I can." Fondaco made a statement in court saying he was very sorry and that all he can do is promise nothing like this will ever happen again. In a written statement to Breaking Through, Haley Moore's parents, Julie and Jason Moore, said this: "There were no winners today. This unfortunately doesn't change anything for us, and it doesn't give us closure as our daughter is still gone. We believed, however, the plea deal was the right thing to do, because Haley always believed in forgiveness and was full of compassion and would have wanted us to have compassion for the defendant since he acknowledged his part in her death. Unfortunately for Haley, she will never have that second chance in life, but we hope and pray that the defendant makes good choices with the remainder of his life. This country is in the middle of an opiate crisis right now, and we as family and friends need to not ignore the trouble signs and speak out when someone is in danger. Haley was an extremely special person that brought a ray of light to a room. She will be in our hearts and missed." The judge remanded Fondaco back to the custody of the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office. Fondaco will finish serving his sentence in the Rockingham County Jail, but is expected to get out late next month. On Court Square in Harrisonburg, Virginia, Theodore Whitelow for Breaking Through.